Greetings, fellow mortals. I'm here to convey to you an aspect of what the voice is. Something that is infinitely malleable, something that can be changed and transformed into whatever you want, for whatever purposes. So the voice has these characteristics. It has this emotional content. It has this kind of clarity. It has these kinds of features. It comes from, well, anywhere. Where does that come from? So I'd like to take you through some of that kind of stuff. So I want you to practice the stuff that I'm actually doing, because that's the only way you'll actually sort of be able to understand just how complex the human voice is. The opposite chilled out is chilled bill bill two. So the sound in real vels. Opposite toilet is toilet. Die the date sign. Ein the eyesight direction. So before there was symbolic language, there was an enormous amount of communication that was happening. We evolved to be the vocalists. That was what we did. We were able to generate the loudest sounds, the most beautiful sounds, the most soothing and wonderful bonding of crowd and relationship kind of sounds. We evolved to do that. We made music together in order to keep ourselves together. And at the very foundation of what it is that we are, I think we should be able to now take control of that particular part of what it is that we are, to enliven and develop and enrich ourselves by being able to perfect human sound. Now, I'll give you an example of a kind of perfection. And this is harmonic singing. So it is just the pronunciation of the vowel in a certain kind of way, but it's done to perfection rather than this casual thing we do within language. So song, so let's say the word song. Song, 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 song. Say it in that pitch there. So song in that pitch there is song, and then song, 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 sang, sang, sung, sung, sang, sung, song, sang, song, 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 song. So we have this entire range of musicality that is existing there that we're not listening to it. So it's like the listening part of our brain is not developed to actually try and interpret this particular part as music. But if we do develop that ability, then we have this superpower, because we are then able to access the very foundations of what it is that we are as a creature that is coding information into sound and decoding that information from that sound back into information that creates emotion, connection, all these things. So symbolic language itself is very, very amazing, powerful thing. It is like when my mind is thinking up these words and making those words into this code, and you're able to reciprocate that thing. It is like your mind is my thought pattern. You are following exactly what it is that I'm doing. So we are this sound creature. So some more ways to break yourselves out of the conventions and the patterns that you've been taught to stay within, because no one, apart from people talking to babies, make unusual sounds in our societies. So how about just practice with those things I presented before, but counting 1 to 10, so you can actually practice this on your own. Now I want you to say the word song, and then you're trying to just use that vowel, song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then another one. 1, 2, Another one. So, did, song, sang, that, sang. You can do it to any one of these. What? Sang, 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 song, sang, sang, sing, 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 song, song, song. Okay, these are sounds that are really just defining what it is. That is the standard musical instrument. This is the simplest system of harmonic singing that's available because it very closely matches what it is we are doing when we are using our normal conventional communication skills. So you can imagine I'm pronouncing each of those notes, and now I'm able to sort of match that with a throat note. So I'm now starting to combine the sung note, the pronounced note, and then the throat note coming in as well. So this is the one voice chord. So you can construct a sound made of these three components. Song, 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 So practice making these sounds because it really will push you. But these are the functional components of what makes your voice work anyway. So you're gaining familiarity with the muscular control of it. You're gaining familiarity by being able to listen to it. And you're gaining familiarity with the very musical coding that is involved in making human sound. So this is the win-win-win. You must put time into this because this advances you to the next level, because this makes you more like the ancestors in a certain kind of way. You are conforming to what it is that you are at that perfect nature of the musical instrument. So self-esteem, you recognize yourself as this amazing musical instrument. Now, it will take years to practice, to get to be really good. Like I've spent 30 years doing it, but no one was teaching me. No one showed me how to do it apart from just one guy who ran a few workshops that I went to. I just went away and I practiced. I thought, wow, that is just so incredible. I must learn that. But from those 300 people that went to those workshops, I was the only one that went away and thought, wow, that is just so fantastic. I have to learn this. I don't know why that was. But anyway, my background helped me out enormously because in the early to mid-80s, I had specialised in taking x-rays. And part of that was cross-sectional x-rays of the throat while it was singing. Well, it was humming, but it's the same thing. So I was able to see the anatomy that made sound. And to become a radiographer, I had studied the physics of sound. And so I was in a position where I was able to understand the nature of what it is. And then I ended up being a polymath, which helps a lot because you have to understand the functioning of the brain, the whole conscious experience of being able to produce and to listen and to understand sound. Like, it's a very, very big subject. And it requires an enormous amount of thinking and practice to actually get to that stage. So I've given you a challenge. You can stay average or you can excel. Now, I'll demonstrate some of the other techniques. That first one is called the straight mouth technique because it's just straight. Now there's another one that's called the vertical tongue technique. So if I was to open my mouth and touch all the way along the roof of my mouth, as if the dentist was working on my lower back teeth, I'd go make an sound. Now I can make it more like an sound, by just letting a small amount of air over the tip of my tongue. It's easy to make harmonics in all the notes and stuff when it's deep because it's very, very flexible down there. It's harder, it's more demanding, more specific at the higher register, which is unfortunate because I'm a bass baritone, so I don't do the high register very well. So forgive me, but I'll have to demonstrate the high notes for you. Yeah, a long way out of my range. But incidentally, just in passing, I actually found that range when I sneezed by that. I go, hang on. I've been trying to go, that's as high as I can go that way. And then, found an entire octave. But such is the journey through voice and sound, and I'm sure you'll think about it, put some effort in. If you put in 10 minutes a day, like it's making weird noises 10 minutes a day, after a few months you'll become easier to be great, and people will hear you and think, oh wow, that is very interesting. And after a few years they'll say, you have some incredible talent there. Anyway, we'll see at the stadiums in 3 years' time when we can activate those tens of thousands of people into the one voice chord of humanity, with people producing the harmonics as well as the ordinary stuff, you know. We'll inspire ourselves to be an amazing species. So see you along the journey. Thank you and goodbye.